what we're going to be seeing in the regular season. I mean, you look at this Jazz roster. I mean, it's almost the entire Jazz team, right? I mean, when you talk about youth, and we said a lot last year, pups can't raise pups. Well, these pups have been raised, right? Yes. And it's time for them to be the big dogs now.
Well, the youth movement has been underway now for 2+ years. Philadelphia is just trying to simply add to a core and see if they can't expand the depth like many teams are looking for.
Well, I'm looking at Broom. I'm looking at Bona for Philly. I mean, Bona is just a man out there.
Filipowski will jump against Bona.
See, Flips bulked up some. Cody Williams added some muscle. Here we go.
Here we go. Edgecombe. 76ers wins the tip. Edwards around the corner. Schifino. See a little excitement. Trying to pass over to the corner, and it's tossed away out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't care what the players say. There's always some butterflies at the beginning of this if you have not done this before.
Cody Williams. He's bulked up a bit himself. In fact, we were told his bench press has jumped from about 175 to 210. You've got to have that strength to survive in this league. Edwards shot just off the back of the rim. Ace Bailey.
That's a huge asset for a guy like Ace, his ball handling.
First shot, good look from downtown, off the back of the rim. Rebound Philadelphia. Number 5 pick, now the number 3 pick. Edgecombe has the ball knocked out of his hands by Cody Williams. Jazz are trying to focus more defensive stops. Last year was a struggle, plus the turnovers.
Yep. Ball possession going to be so vital for both these teams, and specifically the Jazz.
Filipowski. And the backside rebound by Broom. Janai Broom, rookie out of Auburn. He was a second-round pick, 35th overall, just a week plus ago. Inside.
That's what he does, Bowler.
Boy, that's a powerful bucket by Bona.
I mean, he's thinking nothing but dunk. If he gets anywhere near that basket, Bona will punish you.
70% from the floor last year in limited games and minutes for Philadelphia. But you can see why he goes 70. Edgecombe passes out. 3 ball up, 3 ball down by Broom.
I actually thought Broom would go a little bit higher. The question was, would his game translate? And he's showing he's got distance. He's not just an around the basket player. He's got some moves down there, but he's at his own pace.
No, he's a physical guy, but also had a streaky spot in college at Auburn. In fact, his 3-point percentage is 30%.
Oh, you know what this is called? Bona fide. Right there. It's what he does.
Bona played 58 games as a rookie, 6 points and 4 rebounds. He's got the ball out front against Filipowski. Ace Bailey trying to steal it from Edgecombe. Sends the ball, puts a hand inside, cut the rim and in. Bona, 2 quick buckets.
Yeah, Bona's just a hard guard when he has that ball because he takes up so much space down there. He's so athletic.
Philadelphia starts this game scoring the first 7. Ace Bailey, step back triple. Good look, a little bit short, grabbed his own miss. The reset on the 14-second shot clock to Sunza ball. He'll drive baseline. We saw him do that multiple times last year.
I really like the progress of one Bryce Sensabaugh, not just becoming a catch and shooter, playing defense now, getting better at that, but also able to put the ball on the floor and not over dribble to get the shot he needs.
TJ DeLeo is the Philadelphia head coach in the summer league. Last year, Philadelphia 13th in the Eastern Conference, 24 wins, 58 losses. Edgecombe inside. Good D by Filipowski. Shut down that baseline just enough. Here comes Sensabaugh. Isaiah Collier. His shot short on the three. He played college basketball at USC with Bronny James.
I thought Isaiah Collier got a lot better at that shot he just took last season. No more of a get downhill guard, but look who he's guarding right now.
Pokes that ball away. It'll be Philadelphia ball with 9 on the shot. Scott Morrison, head coach of the Jazz in this summer league. Trying to pick up the pace. The Utah Jazz on the offensive side, playing that 2.5-second game. Edgecombe, good look. Ace Bailey rebounds the miss, strides into front court. To put the shoulder down on Edgecombe. That bucket is off the rim. There's a tap for 2. And that's the length you'll see from Ace Bailey.
Well, see how excited fans are to see him score his first 2 buckets in the summer league. 2 points. Going to be an exciting player. Talking about excitement, there's nobody faster downhill that I've seen than Isaiah Collier.
How strange. You get Ace Bailey on one end on that tap down the baseline with the left hand, and then Edgecombe comes back, and the 2 top 5 picks are score back to back.
Yeah, and both are going to be exciting players in this league, and just fun to see what they've got in their bag early on.
Hood Schifino picked up the foul, gives Collier 2 free throws. He was a 29th pick in 2024. Walter Clayton Jr. makes his summer league debut. Jazz traded up to grab him at 18. Made a deal with Washington. He led the national champion Florida Gators. He has some defensive stops and a huge bucket late.
Enjoyed watching him in college, just mature. He's coming into this league as a mature guard.
That ball jumps out of bounds, and we got our first timeout. 5:44 left in the first quarter.
State champion for Bartow High School in Florida a few months ago. How could you miss it? The national championship in Florida. He helped win that for the Gators, and he played in high-pressure situations, meaningful games, not to mention performing well in those big-time situations too, hitting huge shots. So winning is a skill, and that's something that Walt brings to this Utah Jazz team.
That's a great point, Lauren, because Scott Morrison said to us straight up, he's been a winner at every level. Can he translate that into the NBA? Good defense out front. Denying Mintz to come across midcourt. Crowd doesn't agree, but the foul called at midcourt.
Yeah, and I don't agree either. Watch this. This is just defense. Now watch the grab here, right there. There was a bump before that I didn't think was a whistle. But Mintz sold it. Got the call.
Okay, the first game we watched, Thurl, was officials allowed OKC and Memphis to play physical.
Yeah, those officials are gone, aren't they?
They are.
This is a fresh group.
Yeah, Hood Schifino gets into it a little bit there with Isaiah Collier.
Yeah, and I don't mind that, right? As long as he doesn't get out of hand. I like the pressure. I like a little talking. Maybe a lot of talking the right way.
Reese gives it a ride from downtown. Alex Reese out of Alabama. Sends a ball. Dishes inside. Tough bucket. And the Jazz get 2 from Adama Sanogo.
There you go. Bryce sends the ball. We talked about his improvement on the offensive end as a scorer. He told us he didn't need any more than 2 or 3 dribbles to do what he needed to do. That time with a nice dump off there, but right there drawing the charge, giving the Jazz a quick possession.
Bryce.
Bryce, baby.
A little backpedal after the triple. 11-2 run by the Jazz after a slow start. Sensabaugh, his career numbers from downtown are 39%. Knocks down his first triple. Knocked away. Sensabaugh got it back. Philly, good look. Sanogo with a rebound. Under 4.5 to play. First quarter. Jazz attacking, ramming in.
Speed.
Collier scores his first bucket after a 0 for 2 start. 13-9 Utah. Philly attacks. You heard the whistle down low in the paint.
I like the aggressiveness right now, both teams. Trying to establish themselves in the paint. Very few kickouts right now, but a lot of pace, a lot of good ball movement, good defense. Trying to get some buckets off that defensive effort.
A foul was on Jaden Springer. Played at Tennessee. He was a 28 pick by Philly, you remember, back in 21. He played 18 games for the Sixers. Also played for Boston. And he also had time with Jazz with 17 games.
I thought he did well, too. For the position he was in, he came in and played his role really well.
Elijah Harkless now comes in for Scott Morrison and the Jazz.
Boy, keep an eye on Harkless, because of all the guys that have done really well these past few weeks preparing for this, Harkless has been at the top of that list. Guy who's been able to do it on both ends.
Springer, nice move into the paint, free throw line. Jay, tough shot, got it.
He is so good at that. Little penetration dribble in the paint and rising up quickly.
Harkless gives chase. Armstrong scoots to his right. Inside rebound, bucket good. Alex Reese, heads up play, rebounds and puts it home. 15-13 Utah. Sensabaugh. Second triple. Watching him last year, he had a slump, T.
Yeah.
And then the last 20+ games, he busted out and shot lights out from downtown. Picking the three, that's a great look. Justin Edwards spins in his first triple, undrafted in 2024 out of Kentucky. He shoots 36% from three. Sensabaugh has a feel.
Good heat check there by Bryce.
Springer, loose ball, drives, blocked. Philly clogs the paint and the baseline, and they're going to force a turnover. Traveling the call. Well, the three ball. Boy, it plays a big factor in the NBA.
Yes, it does. And who better than Bryce, baby, to start pulling the trigger. And then Edwards answers with his own. A little bit deeper than Bryce's. But
non-shooting, Judah Mintz, rookie out of Syracuse. Will inbound. Armstrong back to work, slides down low, turns, jumps it, blocked. Sanogo. Armstrong will try again. Inside, swings it up, tapped in for two. And Broom with a 5-point quarter.
Sanogo doing a good job of taking up space, but he had to leave Broom to do it. Broom with an easy tap in.
How about Sensabaugh? Missed two, still got the rebound. Clayton. Philadelphia covers up with Edgecombe. Under 2 to play. First quarter, Reese controls. Now Mintz with the handles. Trying to get through it. Split that 2-defender defense. And then hustling back. There's a foul.
Yeah, Mintz over dribbling that time. He saw a couple of Jazz players collapse on him. And they know when to give that ball up and possibly get it back or make a play.
Mark Armstrong, the foul. You mentioned Elijah. Scotty Morkins couldn't praise him enough how he's dominated practice on both ends of the floor. And don't forget, Summer League action rolls on tomorrow and Monday on NBA TV, ESPN, and your ESPN app. Tomorrow, the California Classic continues on with the Lakers and the Heat, then the Spurs and Warriors. How about Monday? It's the Thunder and these 76ers, and then the Grizzlies will take on the Jazz on K-Jazz and Jazz Plus. So you want hoop, this is the time of year to see it. Plus Las Vegas Summer League just around the corner. Billy working the perimeter. Air ball 3 from the corner. Pick back up, nicely done by Broom. He told us in our talk to love us. You got a nickname? He goes, of course I do, man. I sweep, pull out the broom, sweep the floor. Ace Bailey. This crowd erupts. 5th pick out of Rutgers. Jazz get the ball back. Bailey. There's Cody Williams. Back-to-back triples. That's a shot Williams struggled with his rookie season. And the Jazz have now scored 8 straight on Philly.
And I like what I'm seeing, not just on the offensive end, but how are the Jazz getting those buckets? They're playing great D. They're getting downhill, trying to get early shots in that shot clock, and they're finding the bucket.
Edgecombe.
Pretty shot.
How about that shot? Just almost rises up, T, paused, squared his shoulders, and hit a beautiful jump shot. How about that triple bounce by Filipowski?
Filipowski is always good when he does not hesitate. That hesitation year is over. He learned that halfway through his rookie season.
He shot 35% from 3. Played 72 games as a rookie. But Ace Bailey, corner, sets his feet, knocks it in.
Oh, he is full of talent. And VJ coming back with his own little rise. Swish.
Judah Mintz misses the front end. Mintz, by the way, played for the Sixers G League team, the Delaware Bluecoats, last year. .6'3" guard. He'll get another 22.3 to play in the quarter. Makes the second. Well, Clayton Jr., all in hand, has assisted on all 3 threes made, the last 3. Filipowski. Short clock, down to 5. Turned it over. Mintz runs inside, took a bump, and the bucket's good. And the horn sounds. Philly makes a run back off a Jazz turnover, and Mintz scores late. He had a free throw and a bucket. And all of a sudden, a little tighter in Salt Lake City. Jazz 29, 76ers 23 on ESPN. Edgecombe, number 3. To his story is amazing. From the Bahamas. He told us he told everyone he lit off the generator for 7 years. Electricity just wasn't something they had, but they had to manufacture it. How about the drive inside? And our first real look of Walter Clayton Jr.'s ability as he drives in his first 2.
I saw Walt do that plenty of times in college, and it does translate to this level. His ability to recognize that on a fast break right here. You've got vision up the court. You see that opening. Walt Clayton takes advantage all the way to the basket.
Edgecombe, Hood Schifino, nice pass down low inside. Broom scores it and 1.
And that's Broom's bread and butter. You saw that in college as well. Him taking advantage of undersized defenders. Help can't get there quick enough. He uses that rim as a protection for the N1.
See, I saw him a couple of times on TV, obviously played at Auburn, but the scouts go deep into the way that they basically break down players and their abilities. But there was times many felt like he was the best college player.
Oh yeah, I felt that way when I was watching him during the college season.
Then he ran into some slumps. The 3-shot he's going to have to work on.
Yeah, he will. I mean, we saw early on that he can hit it. It's about consistency.
Ace, wow, split-legged jumper. Bailey, wow, the crowd here at home was 7 here in the first half.
I mean, Ace rose on that jump shot.
Edgecombe gets that ball back, batted down by Cody, swings it down low. Broome grabs it, put it back up.
Well, you don't see a lot of players Ace Bailey's size that can come off screens and rise up as high as he does. You can get guys who come off and if they're wide open, they can shoot it, but he came off that screen like a guard. And just his verticality, similar to what Donovan Mitchell does on his jump shot, just gets straight up. No fade in it at all.
See the next generation of NBA stars at NBA Summer League in Las Vegas. Tickets going fast. Get yours now at NBAevents.com. So Broome makes 2.
We were talking about Broome as well. And when you look at a player, you don't necessarily look at what's wrong with him as much as what can you develop in him. What is his potential? And I think Broome has a lot of it. I think he can adjust his game. Like you said, if he can become consistent with that outside shot, he's a dangerous player.
Thurl, this brings us to, I think, a conversation that every fan, every GM has right now. When you're drafting 18, 19-year-olds, you have to look in to the magic, you know, the crystal, and try to think ahead. What will he be in 3 years? You spend a lot of time on development. You have to worry about contracts, and you're developing players. As flips in a jumper. You played 4. That's an oddity in the world we live in today.
Yeah, that's an old man now, right? You played 4 years at college, but you're right. I mean, none of these players are going to be perfect, but there's something about them that you know you can work with and develop. Some have star potential, some have great role-playing potential.
Quick hands. Clayton Jr. leaves it. Harkless comes up short. Jazz grabbed the rebound. Ace had a good look. A little short down on that baseline, Jay. 8 minutes left in the half.
And those kind of shots right there. Not that that was a bad shot for Ace, but he's going to learn that he got that rebound and then he was in an ISO situation. So attack the basket, possibly get to the line.
Coach Schifino had a wide open look at 3. Got a whistle on a push down to the paint.
I think some of these young players like Ace are understanding the pace of this game. And you may have thought you were in shape the last 5 or 6 weeks, but this is just the beginning.
Yeah, ask Memphis and OKC, who played earlier tonight. I'd say they were gassed early in the 4th. Slauson on the floor with Schifino. Cutter inside. Tough bucket down by Edwards. He had a 5-point first quarter. Jazz with the ball up by 5. Williams, ball pops out of his hand, saves it back out to Flip. Filipowski. Clayton Jr. had that shot blocked by Edgecombe.
I'm not sure Slauson touched that ball when Cody lost it, but gets away with it.
No look pass, once, twice. Deep triple, missed it. Inside Edgecombe with a flush.
Jazz is getting out hustled right now, especially in the paint. And we saw Kyle Filipowski spell Walker Kessler a lot at that 5 position.
So, you know, I can really just tell the young guys how things move around here and what to expect, really.
Taylor, lastly, what are you looking forward to your teammates doing at Summer League this year?
Really just, you know, playing together, communicating a lot, and, you know, just having a good attitude about everything.
Should be a fun time. Taylor, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Bowler, back to you guys.
Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, glad to see him back. Hopefully we'll see him sooner than later. And a moment ago, you and I both went kind of letting out a little howl as Edgecombe elevated and put that ball down with a little nasty to it.
Yeah, he did. Just steps by Walt Clayton Jr. for Bowler. You just heard a third-year player talk about the young guys. That makes me feel so old.
3 years in now.
Yeah.
Old. So much youth on both the sides of the ball tonight, Philly and the Jazz. There's a few elder statements that have been sprinkled in. Wow. Cody, just a really tough injury with that ankle. He's put on weight.
He has.
And confidence.
Muscles, too. I mean, I saw him flexing in that piece we just saw in the weight room. He's just looking good. And Cody Williams, you just saw him try to reciprocate on a dunk.
Cody played 50 games last year, 5 points, a couple of rebounds.
Great IQ, though, Bowler. I mean, didn't try to overdo it. Even with the slight of build, he didn't take bad shots. Right? Pretty good defender. Need to learn how to get more physical. Worked on his body this summer. So we'll see how that translates.
So there's a power bucket. Bona climbs up the ladder. Took all 6'10", 235 pounds with him. Philadelphia taking the lead back 38-37 on a 10-2 run. Filipowski to bump. Bona there for the rebound and quickly shovels the ball to Hood Schifino. Loose ball finds its way to Sensabaugh. Played at Ohio State. Springer into the paint. Nice move. Missed it. Flip. Right place, right time. Puts it back home.
Yeah, Flip gets it back, but both teams kind of going into a little more ISO one-on-one. Ball's not moving as much as I know the coaches wanted to move. But kind of one and done like that one.
Filipowski gets the defensive stop. Swats that ball away from Bona. Here's Sensabaugh. Rises up 10-footer down the barrel.
Yeah, Bryce Sensabaugh. Successful scoring after nice defensive play by Flip.
First Jazz man to go double figures with 10. Broom has 10 for Philadelphia. Bona deep. Little fisticuffs, not good. Not good. Officials got on it fast, and players are trying to pull what looks to be Isaiah Collier.
I saw a lot of grab
in the mix.
I'm not sure I saw any swings. I don't know if you did or not, but I saw a lot of grabbing of jerseys and kind of posturing. I see Cal Filipowski over there on the side. Maybe he was involved initially in it.
Well, the officials, this may take a while to unravel. This happened to our far right side. There you see a little bump to push and then an elbow.
Yeah. I don't see anything overly to be worried about it. Both players may get teed up. But just a lot of jersey grabbing.
That's what it became down the end there. The jersey was in the hand there of Isaiah Collier.
Fans are calling for a replay so they can see it on the big screen. Word gets around quickly. A little posturing, nothing much, but maybe a couple of tees and let's play. You saw Isaiah trying to position himself to box out.
So we have an official review brought to you by Motive Health. See, we've seen a lot of summer league games, and you know the intensity's there. I mean, what's on the line? An NBA roster spot.
Yeah, and Aluma was the player for Philly. Tangled up right here as you watch it. Just two players being physical. You see Isaiah kind of shove, but Aluma brought his elbow up to the chin area of Isaiah. And there's just some, my jersey's made out of tougher material than yours.
Yeah, so much for the old days. What the NFL had to rip away, tear away.
Yeah, this is, you don't want this to get out of control. So good job by the officials and security and by the other players of not, you know, escalating it.
Yeah, this review is now past 3 minutes.
May have looked like a whole lot, but it really wasn't when you go back and look at it. Just two guys just trying to win that battle in the paint.
Well, you saw some arms flailing, and you almost thought, uh-oh, was there a punch? No, there was not.
It was kind of the get off me.
There's an elbow high, which I think has got what? Isaiah started to grab the jersey back.
Yeah.
And then security and the officials jump in, players as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure why this would take that long. I know they want to get it right. I didn't see any other players trying to escalate it or anybody run off the bench, players specifically. So let's see what happens.
We're going to get the call relayed here. Okay. So T, as we expected, double T and white ball possession. So Collier and Aluma. So double fouls, double techs, and we're just going to play.
I like it. Took a while to get to that point, but you know they got to get it right. And it is summer league.
If you get 10 fouls,
there you go.
Yeah, if you get 10 fouls.
And that's part of it. You know you've got some fouls to work with. I'm not sure what the fine system is on the technical in summer league. Maybe they get a discount. I don't know.
I want to check on that. Maybe it's 10%. I don't know.
Well, they get 10 fouls. So
Collier finds Sensabaugh. You can see Philly's defense a little bit more bodied up. Mentality, hand in face. Still down by Sensabaugh.
My goodness. And to be able to handle the ball in a crowd like that, still keep your composure as Isaiah Collier gets another foul.
Justin Edwards, he had hand in face and beyond, and Sensabaugh able to still drop that triple.
Well, if you can create space, right? Bryce Sensabaugh is always a threat to go by you. You're the defender. You're backpedaling. It's over.
Philly had a lead of 38-37. Now a 7-0 run by the Jazz.
A lot of dribbling here by Philly.
Broom inside just jumped off his hands. And a turnover by the Sixers. Under 4 to play in the first half. Collier jumps into front court. Sanogo hands it off. Springer inside. Ball jumps out of bounds. 10 on the shot for Utah. Alex Reese will return for the 76ers, and out comes Aluma. Cody Williams. I like the play, T. He ran uncontested on the outside perimeter, parked himself in the corner, and found a wide open triple. Here's Edwards inside, ball stripped. Jazz have a 3-on-2. The trailer sends a ball, heat check.
He's still a hot bowler. I love it.
He's hit 4 threes, 6 of 9 from the floor in 11 minutes, 16 points and 4 rebounds. And Utah has manufactured a 13-0 run.
And Bowler, they got that play off some great D, and then Bryce, baby, comes down on the break. Gets a
moments, Big T. 79 comes to mind. National title game. A guy named Bird and a guy named Magic.
Oh, yeah. That was really the beginning of what we know now as March Madness.
Edwards inside the three-point line, stops, throws it up left hand. Broome unable to connect, and a foul on the baseline.
No pun intended, but Broome is really good at the cleanup side.
He is.
Edward misses kind of a bunny there, and Broome uses that big body of his to take up some space.
Misses the first of 2. The foul was on Ace Bailey. 7-point first half for Ace, and Edgecombe with 8. Broome misses 2. 13 straight by Utah. Cutter, Collier inside, make it nearly 15. He just missed a gimme. Come on, that was right at the rim. Edgecombe back in front court, fires it inside. Broome, one bounce. That ball was knocked out by Sanogo.
I can tell you one thing, that fan was wide open. Bryce Sensabaugh. I'm not sure if the defense got a hand on it or not, but man, this block shot was beautiful. Good weak side help there. Jazz couldn't capitalize.
That's the 4th block for the Jazz in this half. Philly has 3. Edgecombe on a drive. Oh, he takes a hard spill. Sensabaugh got him with the body.
Well, number 44 for the Jazz, Sanogo, has just done a great job in being in the mind of whoever's going to drive. They know Sanogo's in the paint and has a possibility to affect that shot.
Hood-Schifino, little jab step, resets. Bona sets a screen. Open. Edgecombe, got it. VJ with 11 in his Summer League debut. Cody Williams stuffed along the baseline. Sixers get the ball back, shows the speed of Edgecombe. Tough shot over the top, rebound. Collier races the other way. Bounce pass, Sensabaugh off the glass, short. The rebound finds its way back to Hood-Schifino. Now they're running. You talked about half-court game for a while. This game busted open.
Yeah.
Another steal.
That's what the coaches like. You got to capitalize on really good defense. See if the Jazz can do it here.
Collier launches up a 3. Alex Reese the rebound as the clock runs up on just over a minute to play in this first half. Edgecombe fires up a triple. Looks good. Short. Rebound Bona. One bounce inside. Hobson scores.
Got some winded players out. I think Bryce Sensabaugh just asked to come out. It's been a fast-paced game and physical. See if they can get Ace Bailey involved.
Cody Williams, short. Philly making a run back. Ball into the hands of VJ. Beautiful crossover right to left. Lost the handle. Cody Williams back the other way to Sensabaugh. Bryce. 3. In, out. Tapped up. Williams tries again. Denied. Jazz still working hard. Little floater for 2.
Nice.
Cody with 7.
Well, he's a little fatigued too, but finds enough energy down there to battle with the big boys inside. Goes a little old school jump hook, Bowler.
9-point game. Sixers play for the final shot of the half. Hood-Schifino at the horn. Good if it goes, and Edwards misfires as the shot clock wound down. How about Sensabaugh to lead the way with 4 triples and 16 points, and then VJ Edgecombe drops in 13. Ace Bailey's summer league debut, 7. And the Jazz will take a lead into halftime of 52-43.
I believe we're going to see a lot of those type of plays just to exploit Ace's athleticism.
Williams backs out, reset, shot clock under 10. He'll fire it up. Good look, splashes down to 2. Williams now with 12.
Well, that was a high IQ play. You've got a bigger guy in Bona guarding you. You're Cody Williams. Your job is to get him on his heels, find space, knock down that jumper.
Ball movement, Edgecombe gives it up. Bucciafino backs out. Short shot clock under 5. Now 3. He'll drop it down inside to Broome, and the shot clock violation occurs.
Cody Williams, you know he's a threat to go by you. You get Bona to back up. He can't retreat quick enough. Cody knocks down that jumper.
8th turnover committed by Philadelphia, and the Jazz just committed their 7th. Edgecombe. Bucciafino with a rebound. The reset. Edwards right to left. Stop and pop. Left-hand shot. No. Edgecombe just flies in for the rebound. Bucciafino with a floater for 2. That's his first bucket of this game.
Yeah, Philly getting shots, getting makes, I should say, the tough way. Not a lot of extra ball movement, even off the second attempt.
Bucciafino last year, 13 games with Philadelphia, also 23 with the Los Angeles Lakers. Ace Bailey to the corner, back out, Collier, they reset it. And Edgecombe going one-on-one with Ace.
And you have to exploit Ace's ball handling ability. I thought he had the catch and shoot jumper, gave that up to try to get it back on the mid post.
Side out, 14 on the shot clock for Utah. Collier slips it to Bailey, winds up, had a good look, missed it, and the rebound to Bona. Edwards, 3, off the mark, rebound Collier. How about that pass? Rifles it to Filipowski. Where did that come from? He put the thread into the needle and then some.
Well, I don't know if that should be a surprise to us. We saw a lot of that this last season by Isaiah Collier, but man, what an incredible pass to Kyle Filipowski.
Edgecombe rattles down his first 2 here in the second half. Williams from the corner.
Thought that could have been one more pass at the top to Kyle Filipowski, especially after the ball didn't go directly to Cody.
Johni Broome had a look from 3. Stepped out. Turnover Utah.
Right here, Bowler just winds up off the dribble. Just a beautiful bounce pass in traffic.
A little English, he wound up and that ball kind of traveled to the left, right into the hands of Flip. 3 assists, 3 rebounds for Collier to go with his 4 points. Bucciafino, good look. Down it goes for 2. A couple of quick buckets here for Bucciafino in the 3rd. Billy trying to make a slow climb back. 56-49 Utah. Bailey, that shot over the top of the rim. Bucciafino, little heat check. That ball falls into the lap of Sensabaugh. Collier the other way. Edwards reaches in.
Well, if you're the lone defender down and you see Isaiah Collier coming at you, I can't even imagine what's going through your mind. Part of it may be, because the speed of Isaiah Collier on a downhill dribble is just incredible to watch. And the way he can control it to get a basket or make a play.
Danny Ainge in the house, Will Hardy in the house, Justin Zanuck. That front office management for the Utah Jazz. And just before the draft, they added Austin Ainge from the Boston Celtics. And he had quite a task with 3 weeks before the draft to put a game plan together. And I think it worked out. I mean, they were able to grab Ace Bailey, and the Jazz also able to work their way up at 18 to get Walter Clayton Jr.
Well, it's hard to get what you really want. Sometimes you can get what you need, but to get exactly what you wanted out of the draft, the Jazz were very fortunate. So, Austin Ainge's first time out, great block there. And that's what Ace Bailey can do on the other side.
Collier into the paint, draws a foul. To your point, I mean, his ability, his wingspan is out of sight. A 7-foot wingspan.
Boy, that's taking me back right there. Another Bailey used to do that. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I love blocking shots.
Yes, you did.
And that's a value, especially when you're not a known rim protector. You're not a big guy who is supposed to be the primary shot blocker. That's going to help Walker Kessler tremendously.
Well, as a team, the Jazz now with 7 blocked shots, 3 for the Sixers. Ace Bailey comes out. Collier's first point since the first quarter.
Keep an eye on the bonus Sanogo battle. 2 bigs for each team.
Edwards. Clayton Jr. maybe got a hand up on it. Sends the ball, throws it away. Armstrong toes it for 3. Jazz come back the other way with Springer. There's Clayton Jr.
Just the passing ability of one Isaiah Collier. He set up Walt Clayton perfectly, went around the defender to get him the pass.
Isaiah comes away with a missed shot. Another wicked pass behind the back. He was looking for Sanogo. Maybe a little too fancy here in Summer League, T, but had he connected, would have looked real good. There's that pass out, and Clayton Jr.
He had to change how he was perceived and show that he just wasn't a good football player, but also a stellar basketball player as well. He played at Iona, then to Florida, as everyone saw recently after his national championship path. You know, this wasn't just a direct way for Walt to get here. Football was a huge part of his life, but he had to choose basketball, and he's expressed how his first love was always basketball. He built that base to see success every step in his career.
T, you always have to make that decision, especially now because it's so specialized.
Yeah, it is. And when you're considered undersized, right, like that 6'3" or under in your guard, you got to be special in something. And I think Walter Clayton proved in college, as Isaiah Collier misses one deep, that he's got some special skills.
Inside, Edgecombe trying to find some rhythm. Inside out.
Well, Philly turning the tables a little bit on the defensive end on the Jazz, capitalizing on stops.
Edgecombe with 19 in his Summer League debut. Jazz own a 7-point lead. They led by 12.
Well, Bona takes advantage of the Jazz's lack of ball movement right now. Ball's got to move around. Bryce Sensabaugh thought he had enough space to get that shot off, but got it blocked.
Ace Bailey returns for Utah along with Elijah Harkless. Here's Springer, stop and pop Jay, short. Edgecombe, right place, right time. Look at the speed. He's going to take it to the rack. Sensabaugh got back, tracked him down, and knocked it away.
Well, Edgecombe had the jump too. He had the lead on Bryce Sensabaugh, but Bryce just doing a nice job of tracking the ball, kind of swiping it from behind. Edgecombe's like, okay, I'll get you next time.
Got a smile on his face. Sanogo with the rebound. Inside drive, picked it up, score it. Sanogo.
Nice dump down pass.
Mintz to Mona. Oh, high chin music. Offensive foul. Mona trying to find some space, but Sanogo held his ground.
Well, Elijah Harkless doing a great job initially defensively. Watch right there, comes across. Mona comes across with that right elbow. It's a heavyweight battle right there.
Little hop into the paint, tough shot, short. Try to follow it up. And a whistle.
See it. Bona going up to Sunoco and apologizing, saying my bad, like that sportsmanship.
First foul on the Jazz in the second half. Edgecombe fires it up. That's a give me for VJ.
I think there was a push in the back. It's a no-go.
It was like Bona.
Saying Bona's like, I wasn't even there. What? Can you get a replay, a review?
I'll tell you, Bona's impressive. 58 games played last year as a rookie, 6 points, 4 rebounds, limited minutes as Bailey launches up a shot. Caught the side of the basket on the right side. Mintz with speed.
You know, a lot of one and outs for both teams. And I think that's okay when
but he's not also getting out of their coverages. He said it's super impressive to move and see him move like that. And he's looking forward to see that translate into Summer League. We're seeing day one. We'll be excited to see the progression throughout the summer.
It will be fun. Lauren, great stuff. VJ with 19. And T, I mean, you're a former player. You can spot talent. I know that. And I think also that sometimes it's overused. But when a coach will tell you, oh, he's got the high IQ, basketball IQ. Yeah. But in this particular case, I would have to agree that he just has a sense of the game on the floor.
Yeah, and I think, Bolo, anybody can spot talent if they know the game, but it goes deeper than that, right? It's the little things. It's the situations that happen in the game that you can get out of. And there's a situation right here where Elijah Harkless gets blitzed right at half court.
VJ and Mintz were all over Harkless.
Right here. When you get stuck again, that half court line is a tough place to get jumped because you really have nowhere to go. That line acts kind of as another defender. And plus, Elijah hadn't gotten across yet, but yeah, there's a lot of talent out there, but how does that talent fit into the scheme of things that a team is trying to do?
Reese will inbound right in front of us.
Sometimes, Lloyd, it's about is that talent willing to adjust to be different than they normally are.
Great point. Here's Broom. Edgecombe turns the corner. Got a 17-footer straight away, drained it. Edgecombe with 21.
Yeah, some guys like Edgecombe and Ace Bailey are called to be, ooh, that's a good call.
Offensive foul.
Yeah, that's a good call.
It'll be on Elijah Harkless.
Yeah, Elijah's a physical player, but he just went directly shoulder down, shoulder first into the defender.
Philadelphia's
he doesn't agree with me, though.
Philadelphia's largest lead 7, the Jazz 12, and The Sixers have now made it a 5-point game with 2:12 left here in the third. Jazz puts some backcourt pressure on Edgecombe. Harkless reaches in, draws the foul, and now we have, I'll tell you, it's a little heated contest out here. Edgecombe, Edgecombe walks away.
Yeah.
The same with Broome.
Players trying to get jobs out here.
Harkless just a moment ago got bullied up
Yes,
at center court.
Officials keeping it even, not letting it get out of hand.
Edgecombe drives inside out. Broome. I'll tell you, what a follow through on that triple.
Yeah, if you can hit that consistently on those kickouts.
That's the question of his game, plain and simple.
And right now they're leaving him wide open for a reason. With Philly with an 11-2 run right now off that 3 by Broome.
As we know in the NBA, 12, 14-point leads mean very little.
Yeah, especially this early.
62-60, Utah.
I think they're going to change this. Oh, maybe not. I thought it went off a Jazz player, but I think they're going to challenge this out of bounds. Philly is.
Timeout on the floor. The challenge is on. The Jazz 62, Philadelphia 60.
And that's the right call from what we saw on the replay.
Edgecombe into front court. Throw. He's a plus 14 when he's on the floor for Philadelphia. An indicator of his impact. There's a foul called as Edwards leaned in.
Philly kind of running some DHOs up top. Little dribble handoffs to try to get the Jazz to switch or get them hung on screens, and Edwards able to get in there and get fouled.
Justin Edwards at the line to shoot a pair. He was a number 3 high school recruit back in 2023. Played at Kentucky. He went undrafted. He's had a rough night from the floor. He misses a pair of free throws, 2 of 10 shooting. A minute 20 clock runs. Jazz with the ball, and Clayton Jr. running the show.
I was just going to say, I want to see if the Jazz try to put Ace in a position where he can take advantage. And that time he made a cut and missed the pass from Walt Clayton.
Broome has a mismatch. He'll spin, score it, no. Comes off the rim, rebound. Philadelphia, they'll try it again. Reset, saved. Edwards splits a double team, slips and slides for 2, but he traveled along the path. So a Philly turnover.
Well, he tried to jump stop around Elijah Harkless, but he planted 1-2 instead of going both feet down at the same time, taking that extra step.
Clayton Jr. takes a spill. They'll call a foul on Mintz. Philly's putting tons of pressure on the Jazz guards as they try to cross midcourt.
Yeah, they are. And the Jazz are going to try to reciprocate. But I think what's hurting the Jazz on the offensive end, one, execution on the half-court game, but also making Philly play D. You keep the ball on one side or you over-dribble, you don't allow the other team to play defense. Move the ball, get you 3 or 4 or 5 passes in there.
Harkless, Clayton Jr., Harkless in a crowd, reached up. He was the smallest man on the court at the moment in that crowd. Justin Edwards his 4th foul. First one's away and good. Harkless up on the board for the first time. Jazz fans, season tickets for the 25-26 season, they're on sale right now. Join the climb and receive priority access, exclusive gear, and much more. Visit UtahJazz.com to get yours right now. Harkless 2 for 2.
Jazz with a little full court here.
Going to show a little pressure as well. Really breaks it. Mintz, Broom, 3, short. And the rebound fought for, won by VJ. There's Mintz. Shot clock at 7. There was a bump and a foul. Looked like Cody Williams. Second foul called on Cody, and that puts Mintz at the line.
Jazz coaches talked about Cody Williams and the strength that he's put on, able to kind of take that hit in the chest better this season. And
he's benching 210.
Yeah. So we know that it's there. And we talked to Cody a lot about being the thinnest guy in the gym, even in college. He says, I knew that my IQ had to be better. I'm going to work on my body, but I knew that I had to be smart.
Jazz break the pressure, flip, inside drive, one of the foul. No call. Got to get back on D. 9 points for Filipowski. There's a turnover, Utah. 4 down to 3. Clayton Jr. gave up the shot. Cody at the horn. Three-quarters complete in Salt Lake City.
10 for 21 for 21 points, a plus 12.
The other stats that jump out, we know he's a defender. He has a block shot, a steal, 9 rebounds.
9 boards, yep.
And 3 assists through 3 quarters of play. Really trying to make a run back of the Jazz. It's only a 4-point game. Utah's largest lead, 12. Sixers won that third quarter, 19-14. Foul on Harkless, number 3 on Elijah.
Both teams a little heavy in the turnover department. Utah Jazz with 14. Philly with 10.
Inside cut, wow, winding up Edwards. Throws it home.
And right there was great execution, right? You get multiple passes. Jazz can't shift fast enough to get back to Edwards coming down the middle of the paint. Jazz 1 and out.
Clayton Jr. gets a hand up. Got a foul whistled on Philadelphia. Tonight, Broom.
Right here, great penetration. You see almost 3 defenders. And Edwards right down Main Street for the dunk.
Thurl, in a game like this, and it's the first summer league game as well, turnovers could be the difference maker, right? Possession, as we go down the stretch here in the fourth.
You're right, and you can expect some of that because of the fatigue factor. But that just means you've got to concentrate a lot more, execute your plays, and take care of it.
Bailey from the corner skips it off the rim. Philadelphia, easy rebound. Hood-Schifino makes his move into the middle of the paint. There's a reach-in foul as he takes a spill.
And sometimes, Bowler, when you get a little winded, you tend to settle just a little bit on the offensive end. The shot may look open, but that's the time when you've really got to try to get up on top of the rim, maybe get to the foul line, see that ball go in, if you're Ace Bailey in particular.
Edgecombe returns. Hood-Schifino. Got a foul out front. Harkless Still having some words with Bona. What did Scott Morrison tell us? He goes, Elijah Harkless, whether he will or won't, but he is playing like he's going to make this team.
Yeah, he's fearless.
Edgecombe. Oh, slips a pass. Beautifully done. And the bucket by Bona.
That's what you gotta love by Edgecombe. Playmaker, scorer. He's not selfish with it, taking care of his teammates, making the right play.
4th assist. So both these games have not lacked whistles. The opener was won by Memphis 92-80 over Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and I just remember one review on a double technical. No challenges, I don't believe, in that last game. So this one, a little bit different personality.
Philadelphia on a 17-6 run. The Jazz trying to find a rhythm again. Count it. A little off balance shot by Filipowski. He'll take it.
Smart play. Really smart play, because you've got Bona backpedaling. And you see that, you go to him. You don't try to avoid the contact. He's coming at you, go right at him. He can't get squared up enough to get an offensive foul. So Filipowski, it's a great IQ play.
Bona picks up his 4th, puts Filipowski up on the line. He shot 50% last year for Utah. He played 72 games as a rookie.
Yeah, I was really proud of his development. Really accepted change quite well on his jump shot. Coaches said, if you're willing to accept a little change on your jumper, we believe you can be a better shooter. And he did that.
Filipowski started 0 for 2. He's hit 6 of his last 7 shots, 14 in his pocket. Hood-Schifino, left hand. Stop and go drive, spins right. Dump down. Little bang bang play inside bucket. Judah Mintz.
Beautiful play.
1-point game, 69-68 Utah. Tapped out by Philadelphia.
Lauren Green with a nice assist. Ball came rolling over to Lauren. She just almost palmed it with one hand.
Technical foul just called. Double T. Double T. Harkless and Bona, they've been barking T throughout this second half. And the officials did enough.
I like Kyle Filipowski trying to get Elijah Harkless to get in the right position.
Rolls inside. Harkless takes that pass out. Has to fire up a late shot. Just barely got it away. Edgecombe races across midcourt. Head of steam. Drives off the glass for 2.
Oh, athletic. I mean, he actually saw what the defense was trying to do to set up to maybe draw a charge, but Edgecombe, just a beautiful move.
Filipowski, open splash. Hits the triple. Filipowski was 17. And again, trouble. And the officials step in. Philadelphia and the Jazz say they're from the East and the West, but you know what? Little rivalry building right here.
You get a couple more texts.
They had to separate Hood-Schifino and Clayton Jr.
Right here, a little extracurricular activity. Cody Williams trying to show that he got a little stronger this summer. Right here. Trying to hold him up. Oh, there's his shoulder. So, yeah, they both will get penalized for that. But officials just trying to nip it in the bud before it goes any further.
That's 2 calls tonight of double technicals involving the Jazz and Sixers. Jazz put some backcourt pressure on. There's Aluma setting a screen that hit that left hip of Clayton Jr.
Watch Aluma right here. He kind of throws that left hip into Walter Clayton Jr. Aluma looks like a young Iceman, little George Gervin.
I don't know, T, we're going to play ball tonight or just, I mean, whistles are plenty.
It's summer league. You get 10 fouls. You don't get that many technicals, though, so got to be careful.
Filipowski.
Great move, great pass by Filipowski.
Cody Williams scores for the first time here in the fourth. And the Jazz lead jumps back to 4. Hood Schifino with a left-hand to right-hand dribble. Back to his left. Wide open, Bona. He'll drive on flip. Oh my, he put it down. Put it down, takes a glance over his shoulder.
Yes, he did.
And Bona throwing around that 6'10" frame.
I told you, he gets anywhere close to the rim, it's not going to be just a layup. He's going for the boom.
He's Bailey, step back Jay. A little short, Bona with a rebound.
Yeah, the last few shots by Ace have kind of been outside, maybe settling a little bit too much. Use that athleticism, that ball handling ability. Dem Bona saying, okay, I see what this is going to be. He just goes in. Just a power move.
You know, T, it's been quite a journey the last few days for Edgecombe and Bailey. Bailey is out of the game. He's missed his last 7 shots.
Yeah, that's what this is all about. It's about learning. Now you get to sit and watch a little bit. Let the coaches coach you up. Get back in and try it again.
.74 all, under 6 to play off that last bucket by Hood Schifino. Little stop and go drive. Clayton Jr. Jazz trying to force it inside. Three's up and out. They will call a loose ball foul on Sanogo. Timeout. T, down the stretch we go. 5:35 left, fourth quarter in Salt Lake. Sixers Jazz tied at 74. Second-year pro. Flip has scored or assisted on last 10 points by the Utah Jazz. Hood Schifino in the paint. Edwards rises up. Another one net.
A tough shot with the shot clock running down. I thought the Jazz did an excellent job up to that point defensively.
Philadelphia all the way back from 12 down to take a 2-point lead here with 5 minutes left. Corner 3. Now, Sensabaugh was the guy for Utah in the first half. He dropped 16. That's his first bucket in the second half.
Well, Sanogo knew who to get the ball to, right? You throw the ball into the big, you draw attention. Right, Sensabaugh is out there by himself. Get him the ball. He'll show you what needs to be done.
Sensabaugh has knocked down 5 of 8 from behind the arc. The Jazz retake the lead, 77-76. Foul on Collier.
I didn't see much of a push on that. I just thought maybe Isaiah might have stepped in the lane on the switch.
43rd foul called in this game. Yeah. Players fighting hard. Edgecombe left to right, now squares up straight away. The ball skips off the left side. Beautiful pass. Edgecombe, what hustle. So there's the athleticism we talked about and the hops he has on the defensive end. Edgecombe inside. Bank it, score it. Wow, both ends of the court. in a matter of seconds. You see what he can do defensively, and then rises up and hits off the window.
Well, Springer tries to bait him on the pump fake. Edgecombe didn't go for it and gets the block. And the block turns into a reward on the other side. M1 off the bump.
Fouls on Clayton Jr. We've had 10 lead changes, 4 ties along the way tonight. How about a double-double for VJ? .25 and 10 plus 4 assists. Clayton Jr. front court for Utah. There's Collier. Ball stripped.
Yeah, he is just a blur, Isaiah Collier, when he sees any kind of opening in that paint. And yes, he's fast, but he's not too fast to be able to make a play, not just for himself, but he's got great vision, even going down that fast.
Yeah, he had to throttle back a little bit, Teen. He did so in the second half. Collier's first free throw takes a bounce out. Summer League action continues tomorrow and Monday on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Tomorrow, check out the California Classic. It rolls on with Lakers and the Heat, and then the Spurs and the Warriors. And then on Monday, it's the Thunder and these 76ers. And then the Grizzlies in the nightcap will take on the Jazz on K-Jazz and Jazz Plus. You want a hoop? You're going to get it. Say that finals went to full 7 games, T. Then all of a sudden you blink an eye, you got draft night 1 and 2. Then you turn around and you're playing summer league. Edwards with the bucket.
Tough bucket too by Edwards. I mean, just defense all over him. It's just better offense. Very good Isaiah with an offensive. Isaiah wants the Jazz to look at this, maybe challenge it, but
looked like the arms tee got hooked going through. I think Scott Morrison's going to hold on to that. Coming up on 3.5 minutes to play. Philadelphia with a 2-point lead. Edwards inside. Broom. Rebound. Filipowski. Harkless to his left. Back out front. Collier puts a shoulder down. One official looks at another and they call a foul.
And I think a great choice by Scott Morrison not to challenge. You're only down 2. You get a stop, which the Jazz did. Now you get an opportunity on this end to even the score or to take the lead.
Judah Mintz whistle for his second foul. Jazz have 10 on the shot clock to Sensabaugh. He's got space in the paint, lobs it up top. Flip foul by Bona.
Yeah, that's a good call too. Bona kind of backed in the flip as he was going up. That ball was up there. Kyle Filipowski rose up on that one. Let's see. Watch Bona. He's kind of going up and backing up. Got a little bit of the arm. Not a lot there, but enough to warrant a whistle.
6 fouls on Bona. Filipowski can tie this game with 2 makes. First one's away and good. Utah's hit 12 of 14 from the line tonight. The Sixers 10 of 16. Add another.
2 big free throws.
Filipowski 19 in his pocket in 22 minutes of play. We're tied at 80 with just under 3 minutes of play. Bona to the wicked left hand.
Well, he baited him on the pump. Flip went for it. You can tell Kyle Filipowski angry about going for that that pump fake, and Bona punishes him.
Clayton Jr. rifles down a three.
Seen that before.
He was jawing a little bit with that Sixers bench.
How calm was that three ball?
Calm.
From a young player.
He averaged 18 points and 4 rebounds, 4 assists at Florida. Bona drives inside. Tough bucket.
Yeah,
now he's talking.
Twice.
He's talking to the Jazz bench.
Play a game here on Bona. But Kyle needs to stay on his feet. Bona is not going to shoot a jump shot from there.
16 points for Bona, and he's knocked down 8 of 11 from the floor.
And Kyle is trying to get his hands in the passing lane, but you can do that on the floor knowing that you just got beat on the previous one.
It's the 7th lead change of this 4th and final quarter, unless we go to overtime, which we could. Flip, corner, winding up, got it.
Beautiful.
Harkless from downtown.
Beautiful. Kyle Filipowski with a little drive of his own. Nice sweet kick out.
That's the 8th lead change of this quarter. Mintz feeds Bona. Jazz by 1, by 2, make that with a triple, 86-84.
Run the same play here.
Mintz to his left. At the free throw line, took the contact. Now we got bodies down.
Yeah. Wow, there's a lot going on there, but
Mintz at the line. A couple of critical free throws here. Makes the first. He becomes the 5th 76er to hit double figures in this game. Jazz have 3. One more for Mintz. Ties this game up at 86.
also it's important to note from both teams who is in the game right now in these kind of clutch moments.
Nearly stolen by Bona. Sends the ball, runs it down. Collier, short shot clock, down to 7, down to 6. He'll drive inside. Over the top, flip, rebound. Got to put it up and one. Big bucket, 3 on the shot clock. And Filipowski has turned up his game in the second half.
Yes,
21 and a free throw to come.
And Bowler, this is a perfect play to show what strength can do. Right, it gives you endurance. It gives you the ability to battle inside with the big boys. And Kyle Filipowski, you can tell the difference in his body, and it's paying off early here.
The whistle Broom for the foul. This will give the Jazz a 3-point lead. And 22 for Filipowski. Edgecombe gets it back from Bona. A minute to go. 10 on the shot to his left. Against Flips. Turns. Fires. Patience. No panic. Squared his shoulders T and just knocked it home.
That's a mature shot from a young player.
He's dropped 27 on the Jazz. He's taken 25 shots, made 13. 1-point game. Big possession. Both ends. Filipowski hands it back to Isaiah. Short shot clock. It's at 9. Rolls to 8. Now 7. Collier takes a spill. He's bumped.
Yeah, gets tripped up there, I think, by Bona.
That will be 7 fouls on Adem Bona. To his game, physical.
Isaiah Collier holding that left elbow. Hit the floor as he fell. Have to shake it.
Head coach Will Hardy of the Jazz, 3 seasons complete. He'll start his 4th. Holding that right elbow throw. First I thought it was the from that angle, but he fell down on the right side of it. Misses the first of two. That's a big make. Makes it a 3-point game. Check that, a 2-point game. 90-88. 38 seconds left. Back after the break.
Lowe's knows savings and convenience, so we have great deals on LG, America's most reliable line of home appliances, like their washer with slam-proof glass.
Is another defender, as you saw Collier put pressure on the ball, and now Utah will take a timeout.
That is a frequent occurrence in this league. There's not a lot of room over there at all. So you've got to be aware of where you are when you catch that ball.
We'll keep it here with 12.9 seconds to play. Utah and Philadelphia.
I actually thought Broome had a good look for Philly on that first catch. Decided not to take it, put it in the hands of maybe a better three-point shooter, but the Jazz's defense prevailed.
Look at the Jazz bench. Philadelphia coached by TJ DeLeo and Scott Morrison coaching the Summer League for the Jazz. So these are good opportunities for assistant coaches, T, to get some very important time on the bench, especially in a critical situation like this.
Yeah, it's really good. And I think when we watch during the course of the regular season, Will Hardy does a good job of delegating leadership responsibilities in certain situations. Shoot around in practices. He puts a lot of, we don't talk about it enough, that the time that the coaching staff puts in. You see Will Hardy there. He's coaching right now in his mind. He's so good at being able to lead in different kinds of ways, whether it's his coaching staff, his players. It's fun to watch.
Well, Scott Morrison is his right-hand man. They probably obviously on the same wavelength of what the situation is all about. The same across the way with Philly and Coach DeLeo.
Yeah, it's nice also to see as we get it in bounds here.
Filipowski chased by Bona. Nearly turned it over. Open corner. Didn't take the shot. Instead, there's a foul on a grab by Edwards. 7.9 seconds.
Good job by the Jazz just taking care of the basketball at this point in the game. We were talking about coaches. And it's just really good to see how these guys come together and develop these young players.
Big miss. Still, you get it to 3. But a lot of time for Philadelphia to work the ball into a shot tee. It was 7.9 left to play. Makes the second. Philadelphia will call the timeout to advance. And we got ourselves a game. 92-89. Three-point shots tonight really have not fallen for Philadelphia, T. They're 4 of 20. The Jazz have hit 13 of 35.
Yeah, with 7.9, obviously getting the ball here at half court. It's plenty of time to run a play, get the ball into the hands of whoever coach is drawing up on that board. I'm anxious to see if the focus will be on Edgecombe to get the ball and maybe a misdirection play for somebody else.
Well, to your point, Edgecombe 1 of 5 from downtown. Broome is at 2 of 4.
Two really good games, Bowler, in this first night of Summer League.
Memphis had a very strong second half push to knock out OKC by 12, 92-80. Philadelphia's largest lead in this game, 7. Jazz answered, led by 12. But to your point, 13 lead changes, 7 ties in this game.
It's just fun to see the competitiveness from all these teams.
For the Jazz, they bring in Ace Bailey.
Yeah,
he's had a long rest.
Put him in this moment.
He will defend the inbounder, Edwards. So here we go. 7.9 to play. Is the focus on Edgecombe, or do they look at, by chance, Justin Edwards?
Well, Jazz are going to switch, I believe, everything. Ace Bailey with that length, make it hard for the inbound.
Edwards, Edgecombe, rebound, Bailey. 2.6 to play. They gave it to the rookie. The Jazz came out in pursuit. Never really got a good release or a look, and the Jazz now walk it back the other end for free throws.
Yeah, good job by Ace, just making it hard for that ball to get in bounds. Cody Williams contesting without fouling. And then the rook, Ace Bailey, on the rebound, trying to put it away right here.
Well, that first one's been tough tonight. We've seen multiple misses on the first attempt. That's his first trip to the line. Speaking of Ace, 7.7 rebounds in his debut, make it 8 as he makes the second. 93-89. Edgecombe fires up a triple, nearly put it down, and Utah survives against Philadelphia. 93-89. You get 22 from Filipowski.